Yes. Happy morning, children. Hope you all are doing safe. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen about socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So today also we are going to continue the same chapter. Okay. So can you people recall what are all the the concept we have done in the last class? Yes, children. So we understood about the different groups of people divided based on their opinion towards the society. Okay, which are all those three types? That is liberals, radicals, and the conservatives. And we have seen in distinct about the each the ideology of the each people. And then we have seen about socialism in Europe and how it has been started. What do you mean by the socialism and how it got support? Okay, so in today's class we are going to see about the Russian Revolution, how this Russian Revolution started, what are the reasons, all those things, and then the Russian Empire in 1914. So before the Russian Revolution starts, for example, in French Revolution we have seen how French Revolution started. All of a sudden it started? No, they had some problems before that. Okay, so the causes of this French Revolution. So same way, even here also in Russian Revolution also, before the Russian Revolution, how this Russian Empire or Russia that we are going to see, and how this idea of socialism came to Russia we are going to see today. Okay, yes children. The first and the foremost thing, if you see here, what do you mean by revolution? So we have studied even in the French Revolution also. What do you mean by that revolution? Revolution, it is the process, the people will be overthrowing the government by the major group of government. So whatever, in French Revolution, if we see, why the revolution started? Because they wanted to overthrow the monarchy, autocracy. And here also the same thing in Russian Revolution we can see here. Okay, so here they are using some methods considered illegal under the existing system. So to overthrow this, the monarchy, whatever the methods they were using even in the French Revolution, that has been considered as illegal. So even here also in Russian Revolution, the methods which they are going to use to overthrow this monarchy or autocracy, so that has been considered as illegal. For example, formation of a trade unions or formations of the associations, the revolutionary groups to fight against the king. So all those the activities and the organizations has been considered as illegal. Okay, so today now we are going to see about the Russia before revolution. Excuse me children. Yes, so we are going to see about the Russia before revolution. In that we are going to see about the conditions of workers. So that is a main important thing. Okay, so we are going to see about the conditions of the workers and the pre-revolutionary Russia. So how before the revolution, how the Russia was, and early revolutionary activities, so how it has been started, that we are going to see. And then we'll see the later thing, it is about the First World War and the revolution. So how this First World War affected or influenced for this Russian Revolution we are going to see. Okay, yes. So the first thing we are going to see now, it is pre-revolutionary Russia. So guys, make a note of these things. Pre-revolutionary Russia, what are all the concepts we are going to see here? See, revolutions of Russian Empire, what are the revolutions it has been started? Regions of Russian Empire in 1914. Because as I told you in the last class only, Russia, it was an empire. Children understand? It was not a country, it was an empire. So where the king was acquired even the the neighboring countries, neighboring states, all together it was called as a Russian Empire. So which are all the regions were together to the Russia, that we are going to see today. Russian Empire in 1914. That is the situation of the people. All those things we are going to see, and the economic conditions of rural Russia and about the urban Russia. So coming to the the revolutionary activities, it's not only about the political activities or the political changes. Yes or no, children? So here we are going to see even the economic conditions of the people and the society, and even the political changes and the social changes. Okay, and then conditions of workers. So how the workers were treated, because in the last class only we have seen that the working hours were more, the working conditions was not good, and the salary which they were getting was very less, and we could have seen the huge unemployment problem. Okay, so as we have already seen, even in the French Revolution, the major problem the people were facing was high price of the bread. Okay, the bread prices were too high, so that is a reason. So what was the cause for that? The high bread price, increase in the population. So due to the increase in the drastic changes in the population, the this agriculture yield was not so fast growth. Okay, so due to that, the people started to face lot of problems, unemployment problems, along with that increase in the bread price, all those things. Okay, and then churches and the nobility. So as we know, even in the earlier also, even in the French Revolution also, we have seen that how this nobility people were acting, and here how the nobilities were there and how the peasants were reacting for those people, that we are going to see. Yes, children. So coming to the Russian Empire. So here what happened, even before we got independence. So what happened even in India? Yes, the monarchy system, even here also we were following monarchy. The kings were ruling the country. So there what happened, the small empire they used to have, and in that particular empire we could have seen the different religions, different language speaking people. So same here also in Russia also what happened, the major different religion people were also there, and the different language speaking people were also there. Okay, see here we are going to see the major religion is Russian Orthodox Christianity. So this is one of the major religion where in Russia they were following, okay, at that time. And then other religions also they had, like the Catholics were there, Protestants were there, Muslims were there, even including the Buddhists were there. Okay, the different religion people were living in Russian Empire. And the regions, so as I told you people, Russia was not a single country at that time in the 1914. Okay, it was just an empire by surrounding by the nearby the areas or the countries also it has included. So now we can see like Latvia, Ukraine, Poland, and the now whatever the now so-called countries like Poland and the Estonia, the Belarus, Finland, and Lithuania. So all these countries were together from the Russian Empire. Okay, so here we are seeing that it was a very big empire consisting of the different regions, different religions, and the different language speaking people. Okay, see. And if you see this, the Russian Empire in the 1914, see here children, such a big empire, it has involved the many other neighboring countries also. Okay, yes. And at that time the Russia was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II in 1940. Tsar is a empire, is a king. Tsar is known as King Nicholas II was ruling the Russia in 1914. So see here, the Russian Empire in 1914. So how this Russian Empire was in 1914? It was a monarchy. Okay, it was ruled by the king called Nicholas II, Tsar Nicholas II, and his wife Alexandra. So it was a monarch and queen of Russian Empire in 1914, 1917 also. Okay. Yes. So at that time, if we see the Russian Empire in 1914, it is one of the army code and it is a flag. Okay. Yes. So the next thing we are going to see here is the economic conditions of rural Russia. So here we understood how Russian Empire formed. It was a monarchy. It was ruled by, yes, the Tsar Nicholas II. Okay. And it has consists of the different religions, different language speaking people along with the different regions together. So if we see now about the economic conditions, how the people were leading their life, the basic, the dependency for their livelihood. So see here, 19th century, about the rural Russia we are going to see here, the majority of the people were peasants. That means agriculturists. Okay, the farmers. The major, almost 85% of the people depend for their livelihood on the agriculture. Guys, you people are understanding, right? Almost 85% of the people depends on agriculture for their livelihood. And then higher than most of the European countries. So compared to other European countries, Russia is one of the the country where the people depend on agriculture. Okay, compared to other countries, it was just a 40 to 50% people were depending on agriculture, but in Russia, around 85% of the people were depending on agriculture. Hope you guys are understanding, right, children? So here, the majority of the people in Russia were the peasants, around 85% of the people. Compared to other European countries, this is one of the highest, agricultural depending country. And compared to other countries, it was just a 40 to 50% people depended. But here it is 85% of the people were depending on agriculture for their livelihood. And so here what happened? The peasants produced for market and for their own needs. So here what they are doing? Along for their, the personal use, for their own need, along with that, they were producing the products even for the market. Okay. So other countries and all, they were producing only for their personal use, our own needs. But here the Russia, major exporter of the grain. Okay. Russia was one of the major exporter of grain because here 85% of the people were depending on agriculture and they were producing the goods or the products not only for their own use, even for the market. That is the reason they were the major exporter of grain. Yes. And the next thing, not only the peasants, coming to the craft works. That means the small producers, the handmade, the handloom producers, those people, their miserable socio-economic conditions of workers were very difficult. Okay, those people were struggling a lot. Their working hours were more, and even the facilities which they were getting was very poor. Okay, see here. Yes. So in rural side, we understood that the most of the peasants, they were depending on agriculture, and then the craftsmen, their working conditions and even the socio-economic conditions was very difficult. That is very miserable. And next we are going to see about the economic conditions of urban Russia. So coming to the cities, urban areas, how this, the economic conditions of the people. So how they were leading their life, what was their major source of income. So in rural area, Agriculture was a major source of income.